This show is brought to you in part by Netflix. Head to ctrdeal.com/Netflix for your free 30-day trial. Welcome home, Raiders. This week, there are no more magic numbers in Flex. We've got more on the Warcraft movie. And this episode, we're actually going to talk to you guys live on this show and a lot more. This is Convert to Raid number 124.
You're listening to Convert to Raid, the podcast for raiders in the world of Warcraft.
From the Convert to Raid Command Center in Minneapolis, Minnesota, today is December 22nd. Just a few days before Xmas, and it is now 11:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining us from all around World of Warcraft land, and hello, my name is Pat Crane. I'm your host of the show. I'm also known as Zug around Airy Peak, US, and I'm still raiding, of course, and the players are here. All of them. The regular crew's back, and we start out in the Emerald City. You know him from Convert to Raid 2 and other places around the guild and wherever else. It's Darius!
Hi.
Mr. Haircut.
Yeah, I got my haircut yesterday.
Yeah.
It was way too long.
How you doing, buddy?
Way too long. Good, it's good to be back. It's been an insane 3 or 4 weeks for me here, and it should be calming down now, so I'm back and, better than ever, like always.
Good. All right, and we'll also go to La La Land. It is Mr. Asparagus, Coltrane.
La La Land.
La La
You're right
Land.
about that one.
La La Land.
Fortune cookies say,
Oh boy.
when Batman skips out on church, it's called Christian Bale. Huh? Huh? Just he
no.
bailed out.
No.
It's Christian Bale.
I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna do it.
That's a time-sensitive fortune cookie, by the way.
I don't think
because
that's
Ben Affleck's taking over.
Right.
That was sent in by Spanx at TJ Spanx.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And that's a classic. I like that one.
I don't like
I
that
only
one.
like
I got
it because
100 out of
there's
10
nothing to-
bongos.
Wow.
Yeah. There's always somebody who's gonna give you that score, and I don't like them either.
All right,
I'm
well, here,
kidding.
I got a Winter Veil themed one here.
Okay.
See what you think of this one.
All right. No.
When a paladin changes out faulty Christmas lights, it's called Holy Shock. Huh? Better? Any better? Worse?
No, I don't think that's better.
Worse?
I don't think that's better. Hi, boys.
Yeah.
How are ya?
Hey. Hello.
Oh man.
Happy Winter Veil.
Happy Winter Veil to you guys. So, so this is actually going to be the last show of the year. Well, we're not going to do one next week. It's just before New Year's. We're going to, take the week off, go do our own thing for a little bit. Plus, we're pretty much guaranteed that nothing in WoW is going to really change all that much, right?
Right.
No.
I don't think so. So let's take the week off next week. What do you say? But we should probably talk about what we've been up to recently. And Darius, why don't we start with you? What have you been up to? What's been going on? Have you been able to play WoW at all?
I uninstalled WoW. Is this still a WoW podcast?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Shoot.
Right.
No, I haven't been able to play much WoW, but I was actually able a couple of days ago to get on and play. I have a paladin that hit 90 a couple of months ago, and I've been throwing Timeless Isle gear at it, and I decided, against better judgment and sanity, to do LFR on him.
Wait, was better judgment a paladin joke?
Yeah.
See now.
Boo.
There we go. Turnabout is fair play, and I will totally cop to that. That was a terrible joke.
Well, thank you for participating.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yes, thank you.
So, what did you do with your paladin? What happened?
I don't remember now.
Sorry, that got derailed.
Yeah.
I went in and I healed the first wing of Throne of Thunder on my paladin with I did what no one should ever do. I went in unenchanted and unjammed and unreforged with complete Timeless Isle gear and maxed out at about 15 or 20k heals per second. So I was feeling really good.
Wow.
So you're doing really great. That's awesome.
I didn't have much time, and I was like, "What's the quickest thing I can do?" Queue for LFR as a healer. All right, let's do this.
Right. Did you get any feedback on your wonderful healing skills?
No, there was a Disc Priest and a Resto Shaman that were in there that were doing like 200k each and just carrying everybody, so no one noticed.
Right.
And I think I ended up with. I was in there as a healer, and I think I ended up with a healing or a tanking trinket because I forgot to swap my.
Wow. You are on fire.
Oh, that's funny.
And,
holy.
Yeah. I mean, I forgot how to play WoW,
Right.
But sad news, though, I came back from my vacation and my move and everything to find that the raid team my priest was on, Traumatic on Deathwing, that had been raiding for almost 4 years together, disbanded.
Wow.
Yeah. So I have no raid team anymore for my priest. Well, I do. I just raid alone.
Well, there is a new option coming around. We covered it last week. That vodka's coming back.
Vodka, baby.
Yeah.
And you played with those guys for a while.
You were in vodka.
Yeah, and I got some messages, but they want to do 4 nights a week, 4 hours a night, 16 hours, and I just don't know if I can do that anymore.
Right.
Unfortunately,
I don't think they want you to reveal their schedule. I gotta tell you, that's spoiler alert.
For a team that wants to get back into top tier rating, I mean that's a pretty light schedule for those guys.
And that's during progression too. Like they've been talking about it. They're not going to go full bore, like in the past. But if there are any like 2 or 3 night teams out there that raid less than 12 hours, let me know because I'm looking. All right. And preferably not one that starts at 4 p.m. Pacific. That would also be awesome.
Right. I gotcha. And just I just want to jump in here real quick because I want to talk about a couple of different things. Now, of course, I've been doing, I've been leveling up my priest. I leveled up to 65, I think. Something like that. So I mean like seven levels over the last week.
You can probably solo heal Siege of Orgrimmar now, right?
I totally can. Because it's a disc priest and they're broken.
Are you leveling as disc?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm leveling as disc because, it's so easy. It's so easy. You can kill anything and you can heal anything. And as you're killing stuff, you're healing stuff. So it's weird. It's just so weird. Hey, and also I want to talk about a couple of other things. Colt, I know we're going to get to you here in just a second.
Oh, no, it's fine.
But I want to talk to you about a couple of podcasts that I've been on recently. And one was recorded last week. It was with Revan Geek. We know the Rev.
Revan!
Yeah, we know the Rev. And it's, I remembered it better. It's his podcast where he kind of takes, it's like a nostalgic look back on geek stuff. And we took a look back at Christmases past and holiday season, what they mean and blah, 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 all the TV shows and presents. And it was kind of fun. And it was me and the crew over at I Remembered It Better. And Johnny Feisty came along too.
Feisty!
It was weird. It was weird.
That's awesome.
And then a couple of weeks ago, I forgot to mention it on this show. I was actually on Azeroth Roundtable with Ben and John. So I was on there talking about the gear stuff. So Azeroth Roundtable, talking about gear a couple of weeks ago. It was a long episode. It was like 2.5 hours, but wow. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. Those guys
are great. That's a lot of hurricane. I gotta tell you, that is.
So I've been doing the Whirlwind Tour on some other podcasts and stuff like that. It's just fun.
Like a hurricane.
It's just fun. If you don't know, I like to podcast because I podcast.
Right.
So that's what's been going on with me. Colt, what's been going on with you? You got like stories.
Well, old Coltrane has a little story here of holiday cheer. 'Tis the time of year during Winter Veil when we all sit around and we swap wonderful Winter Veil stories. So I encourage all of you out there to grab a blanket, maybe snuggle up next to the fire, grab a cup of hot cocoa, Do you guys have your hot cocoa?
No.
You don't have your hot cocoa?
I have like a glass of water. It's okay.
Okay, all right.
I'll go make some.
Mug.
I've got a little Winter Veil here story this is a story that starts with once upon a time.
Candy.
Hey, I'm telling a Winter Veil story here.
Don't ruin his story.
Yeah, this
Candy
took
in my
me a
mug.
while to write this, so you're going to pay attention. This is Winter Veil.
I'm sorry,
It's a
candy
time
is
of
more
giving
important
and
than you.
joy. All right.
Go ahead.
Once upon a time, there lived a man named Hollowshine. So here we go. It was a cold, wintry night. The air was filled with magic and light. He pondered and wondered what adventures he would meet, and whatever happened to old Greg Street. You see, Hollowshine was a cop, carried a badge and a gun. He enjoyed his job and raiding. For him, that was good fun. When suddenly, without warning, his radio lit up. Hollowshine, come in, as he spilled his coffee cup. Shots fired on the corner of Wilmington and Gower. Well, what was he to do? He had a raid in an hour. Grabbing his jacket, gun, and badge, he stepped out into the night, wondering if he would be late for raid. I mean, he wanted to be polite. Nevertheless, he knew what was right. En route, he yelled as he drove off into the night. As he drove, he wondered, what would he do? He was to explain the strat. Killing the boss, only something he knew. He reached the scene of the crime, guns drawn, yelling with the power of Optimus Prime. Freeze! This is the police! He felt as if he was in a trance as the assailant yelled, Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I'm in defensive stance. Defensive stance? He thought. Did he just yell that on a whim? Then he realized tonight's fight was General Nazgrim. Shaking his head, hands up, he did yell. The assailant began to run, so quick to rebel. In pursuit he ran, chasing the assailant with a gruff. He was to be home in 30 minutes to provide the food buff. Across the field he gave chase like a Formula One race. But in the end, only one man did stand, Hollowshine, with the criminal in hand. The assailant was a crook, a wanted man in several states. The police had been pursuing him across many, many dates. He arrested the man, and the day was won, and he was congratulated on a job well done. Arriving at his house, he relaxed and sat in his chair, for Hollowshine had made it home with 5 minutes to spare. This is dedicated to Hollowshine and all the men and women that serve and protect while still playing WoW.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
That's nice.
Hey,
That's really nice.
little holiday Winter Veil story.
That's nice.
Yeah. Well, Hollowshine, he told me this story like several weeks ago about, he's a cop and he plays WoW and he was on this call and he had to raid. And he was like, what do I do? So anyway, I thought I'd share that.
That's kind of
Pretty
cool.
good.
That's nice.
It was that was reminiscent of one of the Reverend Geek.
Yeah. Yeah. When he
it's
used
really
to do raising a raider.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's cool.
So,
Really good.
and I got another holiday Winter Veil thing later, but we'll do that in the shout out section.
All right. Cool.
So
What's been going on with you this weekend? Wow, you actually have some news too, right?
Well, I do. I got the old Resto Shaman Thunder Train to 90.
Yeah. So that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah, got him to 90. Went into an LFR and healed and did pretty much nothing. It's so hard to heal anyone in LFR. It's crazy,
Right.
But I enjoyed it. I'm checking out the old Resto thing on the Shaman and happy I finally got. So that's actually my 5th 90.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think
It? Come on, step it up.
Well, I mean, for a guy with my schedule, that's not too bad, right?
right. That's not bad at all.
Thank you.
I got 4 to 90 pretty much right away, and then I just said, you know what, I'm done for a while. And now with this disc priest that I'm leveling up, I'm like, this will be my 5th, and then I think I will call it for a while again.
Right.
It's tough. I mean, if you, especially Darius, I know you did the same thing. Like the first week of MOP, we both leveled up 2 tunes.
Yeah.
And got them geared ready for raid.
Yeah.
And it was
within the first 4 days, I think I had 2 tunes at 460 at the time, and both rating.
It was crazy. And that was hard. I mean, that was like, for me, it was like just mental overload. I'm sure that you were used to it, but not me.
Well, I think I slept a total of like 4 hours in those 4 days.
Yeah, it was pretty
That's
nuts.
insane. Are you guys gonna do that for Warlords of Draenor?
I'll do one.
Yeah, I'll definitely
one
do
guy.
one.
I'll do one guy.
But definitely do one where I'm not, where I just go right through.
Right, and at the beginning of MOP, I was on 2 different raid teams, so I had to do that. But
Right.
now it's just down to the one, so I think I'm okay for a little.
Well,
bit.
you should hit 5, Zug. You actually get an achievement. That's how I knew I hit 5.
You gotta hit 5.
Yes, you get an achievement.
All right,
You gotta do it, buddy.
all right, cool.
The achievement just says, "What are you doing with your life?"
hey, I'm proud of that.
That's funny. So now we do have some news before we get to the actual news part of the show, and then we'll get to your calls and stuff like that, and it'll be Skype calls, and you'll have to call into Signals Media. Not yet, but we'll let you know when that's available. So there. But we do have some WoW news, some WoW Warcraft movie news. Blah 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 blah. Right? So Coltrane, you're kind of our movie maven here. What's
movie maven?
That's right.
Yes.
So what's going on with the Warcraft movie right now?
2 more people have joined the cast of the Warcraft film. Very excited. We've got Daniel Wu and Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
Have joined the Warcraft cast.
So Clancy Brown has been all over the place, and
Yes.
he was like in Highlander and in what else?
He's in
Shawshank.
Shawshank Redemption.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
He was in Carnival. I think that show that was on years ago. He's amazing. Great actor. He's got a lot of
Starship
press.
Troopers. I don't know if you ever watched that.
That's actually one of my favorite films of all time. I'm sorry, that movie's awesome.
I know, it's like so weird and kitschy. It's great.
It's phenomenal.
I need to add that to my Netflix list so I can watch it again.
Yes.
Yeah. And also he was just in
It's a great.
Sleepy Hollow, the TV series. So,
Right.
Yeah, he was
So him
killed off.
joining is
He was
good.
killed off in episode 1. I'm really happy about that. I saw him and I was like, "Oh, it's Clancy! All right, great." Oh no, he's dead. Okay, never mind.
He's dead.
He's dead.
Hopefully his role is a little bit bigger in the Warcraft movie.
Yeah, I would
Hopefully
hope
not
so.
like scene 1.
I would
At
hope
this
so.
point, we should. I mean, it would be wrong of us to not start speculating as to what these guys are going to play.
Right.
I think we would be doing the community a huge disservice if we didn't start speculating.
So,
Right.
So, why don't you start the ball rolling there, Darius? What are you thinking?
Oh my goodness! Why would you put this on me?
Because you brought it up.
up. Hey,
Why not?
what are you crazy? Of course you're going to start this.
Right.
I watched. I happened to watch on the flight back from vacation. Pacific Rim is on.
Yeah.
So it had
Rob
what's his name?
Kaczynski.
Rob Kaczynski in it, yeah. And I saw the only thing I could see when I looked at him was either a Varian or maybe an older Anduin or something like that. Like that. I mean, he just got that like defined jawline and like presence about him where he just looks like he could play a king or a noble or something like that in some of those scenes.
Right. Yeah, I would probably agree with you. I mean, I think that he would make and I don't know if I don't know exactly who we're going to see because this is supposed to be orcs versus humans.
Right.
WoW, right? So I mean, it's like we're going back a long time.
Right.
So
Red versus blue.
yeah. So I don't know exactly what kind of characters we're going to see out of it. Colt, do you have an idea or speculation? I should say.
I mean, I was, gonna say who's that Taran in Orgrimmar? I mean, he's got to have a role. I mean, I thought that would be Clancy Brown. Gammon.
Gammon.
I mean,
Gammon.
Clearly, Clancy Brown is Gammon. I mean, without a doubt.
Right.
Right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's an interesting thing because it talked about at the Warcraft movie panel.
Yeah.
That they talked about that there's like they're going to be doing kind of like the avatar thing for some of the orcs, so they're going to be like emotive and that kind of thing. So it's possible too that maybe some of these actors, maybe they're playing orcs. You know what I mean? Similar to like
Right.
Avatar. oh, what was his name? But he played like the main guy, but it wasn't, it was him, but it wasn't him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's that possibility too, that maybe some of these actors, maybe they're playing like orcs or something, or humans. I mean, who knows? But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm excited. I mean, Clancy Brown's great. Daniel Wu, he's like huge in Hong Kong. He's like this big Hong Kong star over there. Yep. And my wife finds him quite attractive. She literally went, well, hello there. And I was like, what? I think there's parts of...
I like it.
So, but anyway, so I don't know. I mean, Rob Kaczynski, like, I agree with you, Darius. He would be great in that role. I also love that he's a huge WoW player. I think that's like amazing. And Ben Foster, I love Ben Foster. He's this great dramatic actor. Like he's got like a really good, like conflicted look on his face. You know what I mean?
At all
like,
times.
Like he looks troubled, like he's dealing with a lot.
Right.
So, I don't know. So we'll see where it goes.
So which one is the ugliest that's probably going to play, an orc or something?
That's got to be Paula Patton. I mean, she's what I was thinking. Yeah. Horrendous to look at.
She's,
I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, that's just ugly. Ugly. Not good.
She was in Ghost Protocol, and I was like, oh, my goodness. Like, please, every time the camera was on her, I was like, please cut away.
How did they manage to nice casting job on this one?
Right.
Great.
Yes,
Perfect.
Right. Exactly. So I don't know. I mean, personally, I want to wait till like we get some more specifics on like plot or like where this is really going, and then I can start speculating, because I don't know. It could be anything. I mean, you're right. They're talking about this Warcraft thing, orcs versus humans. So that leaves a lot of plot that is way in the past, which is kind of interesting because that's not really where World of Warcraft is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. I think for WoW players, this is it's like an origin type thing. Story.
It's like Wolverine Origins.
Right.
No, it's not like that. Well, maybe a little bit. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, but it's kind of cool to see the cast coming together. And again, they're going to be starting up in January with filming. They're going to start filming in January. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. We're still a couple years out. We're still more than 2 years out from the movie actually being released.
That's a good chunk of time.
So we've got some time to chat about this. Think about it. We got
some time.
You guys are going to be so bored.
No, they won't, because they can head over to our new sponsor, Netflix.
Hey!
Don't do that while listening to us. That's the worst thing you can do.
Well, not while they're listening to us, of course. But I mean, in the downtime, even in the 2 years that they have until the Warcraft movie, they can watch some Netflix. How about that?
Wow, there you go.
So, and the guys that are watching the video stream, you can see that I've pulled up a variety of holiday-themed movies for you and the kidlets. And so, like Nightmare Before Christmas and gosh, I don't even know.
Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yeah, Charlie Brown Christmas. I think that's down towards the bottom here.
That's a classic.
Yeah, Charlie Brown's Christmas Tales. Look at that. Aw. Casper's Christmas. Oh, isn't that so nice? And that's all from our sponsor, Netflix. And you can just go over to ctrdeal.com/Netflix and go check it out. Go check out all the different Christmas time stuff, or just or like action movies. just tons of action movies. That's it.
Right. There's a really good bit on there that Netflix just added. It's the making of the holiday Yule log videos that you can play a video where it just has like a fire burning and Christmas music playing.
Oh, nice.
You play it on your TV. It's a fake fireplace kind of thing. Well, they added a video that's the making of one of those. It's hilarious.
That's awesome. It's the making of.
Go and check that out. It's Netflix produced it and released it. And it's great. Check it out.
Nice. I'd get Netflix just for that. I mean, are you kidding?
Right.
That's awesome.
Right.
Forget this whole House of Cards business. I want to know how to make the Yule log.
Exactly. And again, you can go over to Netflix. You can join up Netflix. Free 30-day trial. Just go over to ctrdeal.com/Netflix. It'll get you right there, get you set up for 30 days free. Go check it out, please. Sponsors are the way that we can put money back into the show and make more entertainment for you guys. So that's the way we do it. So let's get into rating news finally. But before we even get there, we've got some fun bits for you too along the way. And first up, we're actually going to be playing a few different bits from 2013. And we thought we'd start from kind of the beginning-ish with Mogashan Vaults.
Yes.
And Colt, you like this bit, right?
I do.
This one is weird, and it is called The Will of the Emperor.
Convert to Raid presents Will of the Emperor.
So I says to him, he can just stay Clancy for all I care. Right?
Quiet down, please. Quiet! Okay, now, we have gathered here today to honor the passing of our great emperor.
Yes, sir.
Guards!
Yes, sir.
No. Only speak when I gesture to you. If this
Yes,
is...
sir.
Right, moving on. Upon his death, the emperor has left a will, which I will now read. Yes, I'm going to read the last will of the emperor.
How come you get to read it?
Because I was chosen.
Well, I didn't vote for you.
Guards!
Yes, sir.
Take care of this woman.
Oh!
Now, to the stone guard. I leave for you stone puppy chow. It's better than a bone. It's stone. And to Fang the Accursed, I leave you... Wait, where is Fang? Fang!
Bring your alt to the vault. I'm making shakes and chocolate moats.
Fang, listen. Fang!
I like to dance without my pants.
Fine. Well, the Emperor left you nothing because you stole just about everything anyway. Now, to Garajal.
What the Emperor be doing for me?
Well, there is a video, apparently. Yes, a video. Guards!
Yes, sir.
Dim the lights and hit play. Hit play. No, you just started it in the middle.
It was just a misunderstanding, and the Jonas Brothers have forgiven me.
No. From the beginning.
Hello, Garajal.
Good. Shh.
I would ask that everyone in the room please leave. I would like to have a moment alone with Garajal. Good, now that everyone has gone.
Uh-oh, everyone's still here.
I still remember our hot nights in the Golden Pagoda.
This gonna be bad.
You were timid at first, but I wanted to summit your kunai.
Stop the video! Stop this thing!
Guards!
Yes, sir.
Stop the video! Okay, now, where were we? Yes, Spirit Kings, yes. I leave to you...
They're not here.
I'm sorry?
They've gone to Karazhan to challenge the chess team.
Right, guards!
Yes, sir.
Go to Karazhan.
Yes, sir.
And have them sacked.
Yes, sir.
On to Elegant, the sparkle pony.
He's a dragon.
Guards!
Yes, sir.
I thought you took care of this woman.
Yes, sir.
Oh!
Elegant, I leave to you the movie Starman, starring Jeff Bridges and a lifetime supply of Draenor Sparkle Cream. Now, to everyone in the room, I ask you reach under your chairs. The Emperor has left you a gift.
Hey, what's under my chair? What's up?
It's Cinder Kittens. Yes, you get the Cinder Kitten, and you get
This place is catching on fire.
You get a Cinder Kitten. We all get Cinder Kittens. You get a Cinder Kitten. You get a Cinder Kitten. You get a Cinder Kitten. You get a Cinder
So silly.
It is. It's the will of the Emperor.
It is.
It's silly.
It is so silly. All right, let's move it along to some raid news.
Calling all raiders from around World of Warcraft land. This is raiding news.
That's right, it's time to check out what's happening in raiding news around World of Warcraft, and there is a little bit of stuff. There is a little bit. Not a lot.
You got some juice here, baby.
Barely any news. I'm gonna go with that.
It's cool though. It is cool. There is no more magic number for flex rating. Woo! That's the big thing. As was discussed at BlizzCon, Ian Hazakostas, he said a few things. He said something about breakpoints, right? And he was talking about how in Warlords that breakpoints would be kind of a thing of the past. Isn't that right, Darius?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, this is something they talked about at BlizzCon. It was a great idea, and awesome that they're implementing it soon. So what happened before was you would get an ability, like the example they used is Sun Tenderheart Shadow Word Bane. It affects 2 targets if your raid size is between 10 and 14. A third target at 15, and so on and so forth. So people were finding breakpoints where they could take, 14 people, get the most DPS possible, but have this ability only hit 2 people. So it's it becomes almost a non-issue. And that's happening for a lot of bosses across the board. Well, this new system smooths out that scaling so that instead of only hitting 2 people between 10 and 14, the closer you get to 14 or 15, the more chance you have of it hitting a third target.
Right, and this is actually already in place with the latest patch. I think like a week and a half ago, something like that. And this is already in place for most of the things. We're going to find that this is actually true. I think for some of the other mechanics, it's not in place because it just doesn't work. Like number of prisons and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I think stuff like that is going to be consistent. So.
Yeah, you don't want those things being inconsistent because it's kind of a major strat.
Be running around going, it was here last time. What happened to it?
Yeah,
right. Somebody ends up dead. Awesome. So this is kind of cool, right? I mean, this is kind of like, at least we're moving towards Warlords, and I'm getting excited for that. That's for sure.
It allows people to invite more of their friends to not be so concerned about like, well, if we cross this marker, then it gets harder, so we can't invite you. And now it's like, yeah, sure, come along, So the more people that you can play with, the more friends is always a good thing. So I think where this raiding situation, I mean, personally, I love this 20-man mythic. I love the flexible scaling for normal and heroics. I really dig where raiding is heading in Warlords. So I think this is definitely a step in the right direction. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Darius, did you have something else to add?
No, I mean, I want to disagree with Colt, but I can't.
Yes.
Well, it is kind of your thing.
This is good. I thought they had mentioned at BlizzCon they were looking to implement this. Maybe I made that up too.
You probably did.
I mean, this is a good thing. This is what Flex needed to really make it feel flexible and not not these hard breakpoints, and so it's a good change. Yeah. News, I don't know if it's really news though.
Right.
This is news.
It's news. It's fun. I mean, it's good. It's a good change to the game, right? I mean, it's nothing like oh my god,
it's something we knew was coming. So is it news? Nah, it's more like an update. Barely news.
Hey, it's the week before everybody leaves for 2 weeks. So, I mean, what do you expect, man? You expect there to be like world-ending news at this time? No.
What I really wanted was I wanted Ghostcrawler on his way out to just do something huge. That's what I wanted for news. But instead, we get this. Thanks a lot, Ghostcrawler.
What do you mean? Like a Jerry Maguire thing?
Oh, yeah, I wanted, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Who's with me? And Flippy here. We're going.
Right.
Like, or the opposite. Kidding? All those pets you guys wanted over the last 5 years, 10 years, whatever, that you've been begging for. Here they are. We're going to release all of them.
Oh, wow.
Right.
But no, instead he leaves with no fanfare and posts pictures of himself on the beach.
Right.
What a jerk.
He did that.
Pretty awesome.
He did it. He posted a picture of himself on the beach, and I was like, oh, really? Really? It's snowy here. Thanks a lot, jerk. It's so cold. Oh,
good for him, though, man. Good for him.
Exactly. All right. You know what? I think we could probably just open up the lines here and see if anybody wants to call in. Signals Media is the thing on Skype where you can call in, and we'll see if we break the show or not.
Smells like disaster.
It really does. It really does. So I don't know.
Bad feeling.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call in over and over again.
You are? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call. I really want to talk to Darius, so
right.
If you could get him on the show.
Right. Exactly.
In my tumbly.
Oh boy, I don't know. So Signals Media is on Skype, and we do have some other questions, so that we can get rolling here. Now, let's go down to the bottom of the page because that's where all the questions are, right?
Yes.
We have one from Creed, right?
Creed, can you with me?
Colt, can you read that for us, please?
Yes, this is from Creed, CTR Nalek on Airy Peak via Facebook. With the introduction of gear stats changing with spec, thereby making it easier for multi-purpose classes, druids, paladins, etc., to more easily change from DPS to heals to tank during a raid, do you think there will be less people playing DPS-only roles like mages and rogues? P.S. Mages are pretty much the best class in the game. Yeah!
Yeah!
That guy's awesome.
No, not really.
I decree that Creed is the man.
Right. So, Darius, now with this change, what do you think about people playing only DPS roles?
I think this is awesome. The less mages and rogues we get in the game, the better the game will be. So I think that's true. If we can get less people playing those single no braid utility, basically dead weight classes.
You're just trying to spark some controversy now.
I am. You said we needed news, so
there we go. There's news.
Yeah, a fight breaks out.
A new round of mail in the mailbox. Hey, just crap load. Just
my
loaded
back
into.
Guano supply is running low, so
that's
I
not
needed
good.
More.
That's not
no,
good.
I think you will see more hybrid classes, but what I don't think you'll see is a lot of people proficient at all three. You'll have rat pallies that have always played rat pallies that might have tanking gear, but might not be very good at it.
Right.
Whether it's they don't want to be, or they've just never played it before, or whatever.
Right.
So I don't think you're going to see as big a change as you think. If you like mages, you're still going to play mages. Whatever is wrong with you there, but
yes. Wait, no.
No.
But no, I don't think you'll see those drop off the map or anything like that.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, I think that we're going to see a lot more flexibility. By the way, if you're calling into the show, keep trying, because I will be answering calls here. So just so you guys know, but I will answer them in time. But yeah, I'm actually hoping that this is a thing. This becomes a thing, right? Where you no longer have to worry about who's playing a tank or a healer. You just go and you play. And you just go and you play whatever role you want to. I mean, that would be the best. Especially, for my druid. I would love to get into tanking, but I don't have the gear for it. And I know that I can gear up for it, but it's a lot longer process, right? So it's just kind of one of those things where I want this to happen so much, where you can say, okay, this time we need a DK tank and a druid healer, or whatever the case may be. So then you can just kind of play.
And easily switch out. You don't have to have all these gear sets, in your bags. That's going to be incredible, man. On my Windwalker, I can just switch from agility. I changed spec, and now it's got intellect on it. That's going to be amazing. One thing I've noticed, actually, in a lot of so in Convert to Raid, I think we've got like 70 or something different raid teams.
It's like 80 now.
Is it up to 80 now?
Yeah, I was talking to Lou, and she said 80, and I'm like, whoa,
unbelievable. But what I'm seeing, and it's really kind of neat, is now raid teams are saying, we're looking for all different types of classes, because they're assuming that in Warlords of Draenor, it might be nice to have one of each. You know what I mean? It's not a thing where like, we're looking for all warlocks and we're looking for all rogues. So I think it's kind of cool the way things are kind of shifting, and especially into this new 20-man thing. Oh, I'm so excited for Mythic raiding. But I will say that I think that Creed brings up an interesting question, is being able to so easily switch. Are hybrids going to be more desired than pure DPS? But I think you guys are right. I think mages are still going to be mages, baby. Rogues are still going to be bringing it. I think DPS are still, because you got to have DPS, baby. You got to, come on. It's going to be great. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'll tell you one thing I have noticed, and this is a little random side thing. Mm-hmm. In LFR, when I'm on my monk, I'm usually like the only monk in the LFR.
Really?
It's the craziest thing. Wow. Yes. I'm like the only one, like in a majority of these. If you look in your typical LFR, there's not a lot of monks in there.
Right.
I don't know. Something I noticed.
Let's go to the line here. And we have
got a caller?
We have somebody with us. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Hello.
Hey.
Yes.
It's Ro.
How you doing?
It's Ro, everybody.
Ro!
It's Ro.
From Realm Maintenance. Hi, Ro.
How you doing, guys?
Doing well.
Right. Hey, a couple of things. First of all, I wanted to wish all of you, happy Winter Veil, happy holidays, and all of that stuff. Listening to you guys every week. You are one of my favorite shows. And if you don't mind, I've got a quick question to ask each of you. Each of you, one real quick question.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, Zug.
Yeah.
Of all of the stuffed pets that are behind you,
yeah,
if you could only keep one, which one would it be?
I think it would be the one that you guys don't see a lot of, and it would be Mr. Broccoli right here.
That's
Mr. Broccoli right here. That's
asparagus.
Well, it's kind of a cross, but it's a sparrow broccoli.
Yeah.
All right, and Darius. what is your favorite raid encounter in Mists of Pandaria?
Oh, why? My favorite raid encounter. I know most people don't like this, but Amber Shaper, I think, was one of my favorites.
Okay, I can't hear Gary's on my end.
Uh-oh.
Because of the Skype call, so...
Uh-oh. All right. I don't know what's going on.
It's
Here we
okay,
go.
but just so you know, I can only hear you, Pat.
I knew it was breaking, and now it's broken, apparently.
Well, I'm glad I'm your first test subject.
Right. We'll need to figure it out.
Tell at least Ro what he said.
He's saying Amber Shaper.
Okay. I'm listening to his answer on the stream. Okay, good.
Yeah,
so Amber Shaper. And then Coltrane, I want to know from you, what was your favorite raid encounter in Cataclysm?
All right. Ooh. And we'll take the rest of that off of the air.
Okay, well, I just want to say my favorite raid encounter in Cataclysm was probably, Major Domo Staghelm, and I did say...
Yeah. No, I know what you said. I'm not gonna... the show is already broken. I'm not gonna break it more.
One thing before I go, though, I'm going to drop in Skype chat for you, Pat, a code for another Alt-Track Brew Pup to give away to the guys in the chat room after the show, and that's, from Realm Maintenance, so have fun with it, and have a great show.
Thanks, Ro.
All
right, take care, guys.
Bye. All right, so Coltrane, what's your favorite Cataclysm raid, right?
Was Firelands, was that in Cataclysm?
Yeah.
That was Cataclysm?
Yeah.
That was in the first thing, right? Oh,
no,
man.
It wasn't in the first thing.
No.
It wasn't in the first thing. It was in the second thing. It
was the middle raid.
So many raids.
Right.
It was the middle raid. Boy, that's a great question. I would say in Cataclysm, then I'd probably say Domo.
Uh-oh. Really? You're gonna go with... Oh, man. I can't believe... I'll play it.
Yes!
Terrible raid
actually,
instance.
I would say Ragnaros. I actually really enjoyed Ragnaros. I thought that was a great fight. The only thing that I didn't like about it was like a 13 or 18 minute fight. So, you go all this way and then you wipe and then you got to go all that way again. But I really enjoyed the fight. I liked getting launched up in the air with the traps. And it was great as a mage. You get launched up in the air and then you could blink and you wouldn't take the fall damage. You could blink back down. It was awesome.
Yeah.
But I would say Ragnaros. I really, really enjoyed that fight.
Darius, what about you, man?
Cataclysm?
Cataclysm.
This is just because I was healing and I had not really seen anything like this before, or at least unlike this. But Chimeron, I loved as a healer.
That was fun.
Up and down health bars and keeping people at specific numbers and all this other stuff. I thought it was so much fun as a healer. It was one of the times where healers are the most important part of that, of an encounter. Normally healers are just there to keep everybody alive and heal through things, but this was very much on healers. So I like that a lot.
Right.
That was the fight where the end where it was like he's going to start killing everybody.
Yeah.
Kill him before he kills everyone.
Yep.
That was a great fight.
That's cool. Mine was who is the dude after Cho'Gall? The dragon guy.
Sinestra?
Yeah, Sinestra. Dragon lady.
Oh, yeah.
Dragon lady, dragon guy, whatever. I like that fight.
What's so funny? I find that everyone has this bad taste in their mouth about Cataclysm. Cataclysm raiding. And I think it's because of Dragon Soul. And that was the last one. So people just forget. Even myself, I was like, oh my gosh, that's right. Firelands was great. And that was kind of in the middle. So I think people forget. Right. They've got a bad taste from Dragon Soul, and they think of that for all of raiding in Cataclysm. Right. But some of the raiding early on, I enjoyed the Omnitron defense system. That was a great fight.
Sure.
I enjoyed that. There were a lot of great fights, believe it or not, in Cataclysm that I think a lot of people have forgot.
Right. We have somebody else on the line with us right now, and that is Spencer. Spencer, hello, Spencer.
Hello, gentlemen.
How are you? Were you able to hear the guys? I changed some stuff.
I cannot hear the guys.
All right, so we'll take questions off the air. Sorry, but at least you can call into the show.
My wife is complaining at my cat, who is attacking our wrapping paper.
Oh boy. All right, what's your question, man?
No, my question for the guys was just pretty much if you could get one gift from the WoW dev team for Christmas, what would it be each of the round?
Oh boy, one gift. All right, well,
gift.
We'll take your call off with you off the air.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Thanks, Spence. So
Spencer.
if we could have one gift from the dev team, what would it be?
Well, this is an easy one for me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this is super easy for me. This is without a doubt. And this has to do with something that I screwed up. Believe it or not, I screwed up. I did something wrong.
Uh-oh.
I went to BlizzCon one year, and I got the card for the
Yeah.
Murloc Marine.
Right.
The Murloc Marine. I have all the Murlocs. And I get the Murloc Marine, and I get it home, and I'm so excited to scratch the code that I didn't use a coin. I used my keys. And
Yeah.
I'm scratching away with my keys, and I scratched so hard that I scratched off the last like 8 numbers. So I was not able to redeem the Murloc Marine. And I tried every single possible combo of this thing. I spent weeks trying to figure out what these last 8 numbers were, and I never could. So
That's
the one gift that I would be the Murloc Marine.
That's heartbreaking.
Because I scratched off the code.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it was awful.
Darius, how about you?
I want the pet moose that Ghostcrawler promised us for the 2008 Olympics.
Right.
That's
Right.
what I want for my gift.
Yep.
I'm a little disappointed that I didn't get it, and that he quit the company before he gave me what he promised me.
Right.
So.
And now he's on a beach.
Yeah.
And now he's
No
on a
Christmas
beach
card
somewhere.
for you this year, Ghostcrawler. I hope you're happy.
Right. My thing would be that I would want somehow to be wrangled into the voiceover booth over at Blizzard and get my goblin in somehow. Get my goblin voice in. That would be great.
Right.
I would love that. I don't care what it's some little guy over in Booty Bay just going, "Hey, how's it going, pal?" You know, something like that. I mean, I think that would be cool.
Was that your audition right there? I think that was your audition.
That was the audition. Hey, everybody! No,
There
it's
it is
it's
again.
not. I'm a little sick, so it's not really up to snuff. So I don't know. All right, we have another caller here. Hold on, here we go. Eric, right?
Yes, sir.
Eric, how you doing?
Eric,
hey, doing all right. How are yourself?
Doing well. What's your question?
Hey, I just wanted to ask y'all, since we know about Coltrane obviously changing his main, I wanted to know if anybody else was looking to change their main for WoD.
Ooh, all right. We'll take your call. Answer your question out the air. Anybody switching specs? Anybody planning on switching specs? Darius, are you planning on switching specs?
Switching specs?
Or
I don't know.
switching classes. Sorry.
I've thought about maybe going Paladin. Because I do dig my Paladin. I do like healing on him. But the tanking was kind of fun too. I mean, I've already got my Priest and my Druid are basically both my mains at this point. So, I can't really say between those two. But yeah, maybe Paladin. I don't know. Maybe even Hunter. I really enjoyed playing my Hunter in Cataclysm. We'll see what changes come about. For final talents and such.
Right.
In Warlords.
Right.
And what my raid teams need.
Yeah, I think that's going to have to be it for me, too. I mean, I don't know exactly what Warlords has in store for different classes and stuff like that. But I like playing my Hunter still when I get the chance. And I do occasionally, but I'm not like... it's not a huge part of what I do now. I mean, right now it's just all Druid, right? But actually, Priest might be something. Maybe Priest. I'll switch to Priest. You switch to Hunter, and then we'll have Coltrane on his monk.
Hunters. I don't like you, Hunters. You can do your entire rotation on the move. That's not fair. I don't want to hear any complaining from any Hunters out there. Because they got it so easy, and they don't even know it. They take it for granted. Right.
Well, they do.
Hunters.
They do. Hunters are awesome. That's all
I
I'm
know.
gonna say.
It's just
Hunters
not
are
fair.
so awesome.
Oh,
I don't know. Hey, let's take one from some of the actually no, let's take another call. All right. Hello. It says Grand Nagus here. Correct?
Yeah, it's Grand Nagus.
Hey,
Hi,
man.
guys.
How's it going?
Fine. It's been really good. I want to ask you guys about something that I've been trying to get in for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
Like, what are you guys thinking about, or mainly Darius, I think. What's the thing with the lack of mastery on the tank gear now?
Oh. All right. So right now there's a lack of mastery on tank gear. Is this just for a siege that you're talking about?
Yeah, it's just for Siege of Orgrimmar. I've noticed that there are quite a few items, or rarely any items, that have mastery. Let's put it that way. Okay. And for the other thing, I want to say, it's not a question, but it's just a thing that I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I think we all agree that what you guys did with the CTR Guild in the last year is an awesome achievement, and I want to thank you guys for that.
Well, and thank you for your call. I'm gonna hang up on you right now, but I'll get to the guild stuff here just real quick. The guild has blown me away this year.
Yeah, it's been insane.
I mean, this has been like a huge year for. I mean, we started the guild in late January of this year, and we didn't know that it was going to take off this much. We had no idea that we would have 8 co-guilds filled with people.
Right, like they're all full. I thought they were going to be max. Like, well, we might get like 100 people, maybe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's like we're a bunch of dopes. So I mean, who really cares about joining a guild full of dopes, right? so you guys have blown me away. That's for sure. And thank you guys for joining us. I mean, that's part of the fun that we get to have is now we get to share this with you guys, and that's. It's just it means so much to me.
The big thing, though, too, is that it's not us, it's you guys.
It's really
the members that make the guild work. It's the members that are creating these raid teams. It's the members that are creating a great environment in guild chat. Like, it's not us. It's not the officers. It's not the leaders. It's not this or that. It's the members that make the CTR community a success. Like, that's the big thing.
Right.
So
we
so
just
it's a
set
big
it
thank
up.
you to you guys.
We just set it up. You guys make it work. So that's the cool thing. So Darius, what do you think about this mastery issue with gear in Siege of Orgrimmar?
I think all it is Blizzard just seeing too much mastery on a lot of stuff. They don't like passive mitigation, passive stats, especially on tanks. They're all about active mitigation, actively pushing your buttons. I think that's all it is. Like you see at the end of any expansion, stats just get out of control. We just look at healers right now with...
Wait. Stats get out of control at the end? What are you talking about? Are you talking about like Spirit being out of control right now?
And all of that. So I think that's really all it is there's tons of mastery out there. But Blizzard just hates passive mitigation. So
right on.
I don't think there's much more to that one.
Okay. All right. Well, let's talk to... Hey, it's Casey. It's Petunia. Petunia. Hello. Oh wait, hold on 1 second. I had the track muted here for a second. All right, Casey, what's going on, man?
Long time listener, first time caller.
How's it going, buddy?
Hey, I had a question.
Yeah.
Yay. All right, it's a serious question. I hope you can handle it.
All right.
Here we go.
All right.
Do you believe that Blizzard should finally create separate skill sets for PvP and PvE? Do you agree that continuing to balance the same skills for both styles of gameplay is perhaps even limiting creativity?
Oh, interesting question, man. We'll try to answer that right now here. Guys, what do you think about PvP versus PvE? Darius, you got thoughts on this?
Yeah, I agree with that listener. Whatever, I can't remember his name.
I don't know what it was.
It was short one, something like that.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. I think Blizzard has been struggling with this for a long time, trying to balance PvE and PvP, balancing stats and constantly making modifications to talents that only work in PvE, don't work in PvP, work differently in PvP. And I think it's about time that it's just a list of PvE and a list of PvP talents, and things like that. That if they really want to be serious about it being a huge esport, they need to make those concessions, because right now it's just so confusing as to how everything works from PvE to PvP, especially with things like the meta gems and legendaries, and all that kind of stuff. It's just all over the place.
Right. Colt, you have any thoughts? I know that you don't necessarily do a ton of PvP, right?
What are you talking about, man? I got a 200 arena rating. I'm like rocket face. No, I think that's something that like PvEers have wanted forever, because we get changes in PvE because of PvP, and it drives everybody insane. And sometimes PvP gets changes, but let me play devil's advocate.
Sure.
If it's separate, that's going to be one heck of a tooltip, man. If you mouse over an ability, you're going to have a paragraph for PvE, and then what? A line, and then a paragraph for PvP. Now, I understand for us hardcore guys, like, yeah, of course, that would be great. That would be wonderful. But imagine maybe a new player. I'm just being devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
And they mouse over an ability and it fills up half their screen. You know, I mean, I understand the idea of trying to simplify it. Like, what's great about WoW is it's easy to pick up, but difficult to master. But I mean, I don't know. For me, I mean, my personal feeling is I think it should be separate, but I can maybe understand in the idea of trying to keep things somewhat simplified and not this giant tooltip over every ability. I can kind of understand why it's the same, but I would personally love for there to be a separate PvE and PvP thing for each ability.
It's tough because, and I know that this expansion in particular, PvP has been all over the place. Right. I mean, and I've been hearing a lot from, Olivia Grace, who's like huge into PvP. She loves it. And it's always this big struggle because how do you balance PvP and still kind of know that PvE is one of, if not the main thing that people are really going for in this game? And so it's always been this constant struggle of how do you make sure that that's balanced? And so then they kind of mitigate gear. Then they mitigate some of the spells so that you're doing, your CC is less seconds in PvP or what. I don't. All the changes that have happened, like, just confuse the hell out of me. Like everything that they've done is just like confused me every single step of the way, to the point where right now I'm like I'm never gonna arena because I don't know what you're trying to do here.
It's just, I mean, if you look at almost every single patch notes that come out, there's something like, change this ability so that in PvP it works this way, or, nerf this weapon or something like that. Like, it's just, they're making all these concessions. So let's do it right. Let's not, do this, whatever it is, this halfway kind of thing. And I bet it's infuriating to the PvP community.
Yeah, I wonder if maybe they're in the spell book. There's like a PvP tab, and it's all of your abilities. But now they've switched to PvP, and then you can switch to the PvE tab. I mean, I don't know. You got to find a way to make it simple.
Yeah,
but I just don't know how to do it. But it needs to be separate. I agree. It needs to be separate.
I don't know either. I mean, I think it's hard for it to be separate though, because then you start playing on a PvP realm, and what do you do then? it's just this. This ball of yarn that's been knotted up and twisted and all this kind of stuff, and trying to undo it is going to be a big pain in the butt. So I don't know. I do see that we have another caller though, and we can get to this guy right now. Hello, what's your name and what's your question? Hello.
Hi, sorry, I wasn't sure if it was me you were talking to.
Yes, it is you.
Game on the other line.
How's it going?
Hi, this is Fate, calling in. We're about almost 10 years into WoW now, and arguably the most important profession in the game is cooking. To get a little bit more granular, I guess it was back in maybe mid-Lich King when they implemented potion sickness, which allowed or basically prevented you from using more than one potion in the game.
Okay.
The argument at that time was that mats were just too hard to gather and too expensive in the auction house.
Not anymore.
Exactly. Do you think we still need this profession? I'll just hang up so I can to your response.
All right. So, do you think, Darius, maybe we'll start with you again. What are your thoughts on that? Potion sickness, and should that just go away and we should do whatever now?
No, I think it serves its place to give you a burst in DPS, burst in healing, whatever it is. If there was no cooldown on that, if you could use more than one pot a fight, then you would just be chaining pots, and that's just another cooldown to manage.
Right.
And Blizzard hates that, and players hate that. So I don't think so. I think if anything, they would get rid of potions altogether.
They have come out and said that basically they don't like dumb stuff. Just to be dumb. You know, it's like you want everything to have some sort of thought behind it. And so if you just introduce this thing without actually having a cooldown or without only having, you know, like being able to you know, pre-pot and then take one pot during the fight, I mean, that's kind of weird. It's kind of like, oh, I guess then it's whoever has the most gold to buy all these potions wins.
Well, yeah, you'd end up like macroing a potion to every one of your abilities. Right. You know what I mean? So you're constantly popping pots and all that stuff. I think it is a good thing. And like you're saying, they're trying to get rid of button bloat in Warlords. And I think we can all kind of agree, I think, that that's a good thing. You know, I never thought I'd say this, but we've got too many buttons. And no, I'm not saying because I used to play a mage, an arcane mage, that's why. But they keep adding abilities. I mean, you know, I play a warlock too. My entire screen is covered in buttons on my warlock. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Same thing on my hunter, just covered in buttons. It's crazy.
Hunters. I don't want to hear any complaining. Right. If you play a hunter. All right.
I'm not complaining. So I'm just saying there's lots of buttons.
I know you're loving it. Rotation on the move. But I think it's a good thing to have. And I think if anything, let's get rid of some of these maybe DPS cooldown potions that we maybe use during the fights. That's just one more thing to click to hit. Yep. I much rather prefer these flasks where it's like a passive damage boost or a spirit boost or intellect boost.
Sure. All right. Well, let's play a bit here. Let's play another bit from the year. And this one was because of another game that they decided to maybe rework a little bit.
Is this the Titan one?
Yeah. So,
well, we should set this up just real super quick. So Titan was the new big MMO from World of Warcraft, or not from World of Warcraft, from Blizzard.
Yeah.
And they kind of took a step back. They kind of shelved it, and they didn't shelve it, but they reduced the team. They kind of thought, let's rethink this thing. So we here at Convert to Raid actually had a secret agent at Blizzard who snuck into the meeting when they were talking about where Titan is going to go.
Right.
And we have that audio.
Right, we do. Here it is right now.
Test, is this thing on? Oh my god, this is amazing.
Okay, great. Everyone's here?
Okay, here we go.
Benson, what's up, baby?
Chillin'.
Oh, whoa, I wouldn't eat those cookies. Those were made by Bashiok. Zarum had one, and I heard he was committing Hellscream on the toilet. Yes, great. All right, let's get started. Okay, welcome everyone to the Blizzard pitch meeting. This is for Titan. As you know, our new MMORPG had a bit of a reset recently. What you're going to see are 3 ideas on where we can take Titan, a new direction, and possibly where we could go. The first one up is a bit of a sci-fi thing, kind of where we were, kind of in that world. So here we go.
The year is 2154. Time travel was a thing of the past. But now, time travel is a thing of the future.
That doesn't make sense.
Titan.
Great. And here's the second one.
Hey, Ed. My shoes are untied.
In 2016, grab your rear and chug a beer. It's time to tighten your boots. The heel is on. With this new action MMO about who can tighten their boots the fastest.
I just my pants.
Lace up. Look out.
I did it again.
'Cause it's time to tighten your boots.
What a hoot. And here's the last one.
If you're looking for something a little after dark,
Titan.
something a little hot under the collar,
Titan.
Titan might be for you. Titan.
Titan.
The new adult MMORPG.
Titan.
From the makers of Tighten Your Jockstrap.
Gross.
Well, that concludes our presentation. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Is that a recording device?
Abort mission, I gotta get out of here. Darn these gnome legs.
So that was the Titan bit that we had.
Wow. It gets worse every time I hear it.
Yeah. Yeah. It really
That's a heck
does.
of a meeting. I mean, I kind of dig those directions where they could be going with this. I dig it.
Right. Let's start off this little section with another question again. Darius, you want to read the one from Nick? And if you guys, in the meantime, if the chat room wants to call up, you could call Signals Media on Skype, and we will answer that call as soon as we get done with this one here. So go ahead.
This is from Nick via the Facebooks.
Yes.
Says, what do you guys think about the NSA spying on us in WoW?
So this is kind of a silly thing because because we talked about it. You know, the NSA just popping in WoW every once in a while. How good of a gig would that be? By the way, that'd be awesome.
I'm really worried about it. I don't want the NSA spying on me. I would never go out in front of people and let people see my face or hear my voice or anything. So I don't want the NSA doing that. I mean,
right.
Jeez.
I think
Are people watching me?
I think that that they only rolled on Moonguard. Pretty sure. I'm not sure.
Okay, phew.
I'll meet you at the West Auction House. Over. Do you copy?
Where did you get sunglasses?
He always has them.
Listen,
He just always has them like right there.
Stuff here, man.
I don't know. It's just kind of dopey, right? I mean, the whole NSA thing. I mean, what kind of privacy should you expect from a game, from any game where you're online and I don't know.
Well, I mean, WoW is essentially a giant interactive chat room. You know, I mean It's not crazy to think about it. It's not like completely crazy. I mean, there is the possibility that, hey, I'll meet you and check out your armor pants, and that's code for, I don't know, something. You know, I mean, I don't know. I mean, when I read this whole thing, I laughed about it. I don't think it's something that everyone should freak out about. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, you know, who knows? WoW is a giant chat room where people communicate, and I don't know.
They have to be able to, keep tabs on us anyway because there will be disputes of different things. I mean, interpersonal stuff, sure, between that person and the game, absolutely. Like things getting lost occasionally, yeah, that happens. So I mean, I can't see why you would think that now that the NSA is watching or listening or whatever, that things are going to be much different.
Solar was talking about it in chat room, but I think the paladin who wasn't gemmed or reforged doing 30k heals was definitely a terrorist.
Who would do that?
I think that was you, buddy.
That's not
I'm
right.
pretty sure that was you. Wasn't it?
Clearly.
You were talking about doing 15k heals, not 30.
No,
so
that was not.
So that might have been a little. That might have been a little
generous.
much. That might have been
That's
a little
generous.
much. Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know. And we don't have a call yet. I know that people have called and then they hang up and then they think that I'm not paying attention, but I am. I'm paying attention.
I keep calling and I can't get through, so I don't know what's going on.
Right.
Lines are lighting up.
Right. No,
I think when people write the word, anal and then Lincoln ability, that's some type of communication. I think that the NSA should definitely be looking at.
Right.
So
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thank you for bringing us to a new low.
I'm sorry.
In the show.
Happy Winter Veil, everyone.
All right, we do have another caller, and this is
no.
Hello. How's it going, man?
You don't know me, but I know you.
I know you. I know
you
you.
know me.
I know you. It's Kiggles.
Oh shit, it's Kiggles. What's up, guys?
How's it going, man?
Yes, Mom.
Good. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday to you, sir.
I'm tightening my jockstrap right now.
That's
excellent.
That's awesome. Congratulations. So what's your question, man?
All right, so what's your biggest pet peeve in raiding?
Ooh, that's a good one. We'll take this one off the air. Thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks, Kiggles.
All right. So, pet peeve in raiding. You got one?
What do you think, Pat?
I think it's having somebody come into the raid and press buttons and just buff everybody.
Hey.
I was going to say paladins that show up ungemmed and unenchanted. Probably.
Yeah. No, I think what my biggest thing is when people don't talk about things, when they just kind of let it bottle up. You know, and raiding is supposed to be about communicating and being a good team player and all this other kind of stuff. And I think that one of the things that I get kind of angry about is when people start, you know, like they're not talking out in front of people anymore. They're like talking behind backs or, you know, doing whatever because they feel frustrated. And I understand feeling frustrated. It's just that I want everybody to be open and honest with what's going on, whatever's happening. You know what I mean?
I would have to agree with that. The communication thing is big. One of my biggest pet peeves is chain pulling a boss without discussing it. You know, just wiping instead of every time you wipe,
doing a Leroy
to make it better. Yeah, just
pulling
like,
a Leroy all the time.
No, I just mean like, you know, you're stuck on a boss. You're stuck on Thok, and you just keep pulling and pulling. You keep dying at 90%, but no one's saying anything. No one's being like, maybe we should try this. Maybe we should try this. And you just pull and pull and pull, and hope that somebody figures out eventually. And on your 100th pull, someone finally asks a question, and you're like, wow, that's something that should have been asked 100 pulls ago.
Right. Yeah, when somebody doesn't get a particular mechanic or something like that, and they just kind of keep it to themselves, but it's a fairly large mechanic, and you might want to know something about it. Talk about it.
Yeah, instead of asking, just assuming that no one's going to notice, you know, your mistakes and that you're actually holding the whole team back.
Right.
Basically, it just comes down to that's all just wasted time. And one of my biggest pet peeves in life is wasting time. So like this podcast.
Oh boy!
Wow!
Oh
there
man,
it is.
That hurts. That hurts.
Deep.
That's.
I got to put these on so you don't see my tears.
So, Colt, do you have any pet peeves for raiding?
Well, you know, it's like you're saying, this chain pulling thing's been interesting. So, you know, my resto shaman, right? So, even just leading up to raids, tanks that like chain pull the entire room and then never stop and keep going, and then when they've got 300 mobs on them and they die, then it's like, nice job, healer. Like that kind of like, well, you know, you don't need to pull the whole room. I understand we're in a hurry, and for some reason we've got to get through this place in like 30 seconds. I mean, I get it,
right?
But like, don't pull the whole room and then die and then yell at the healer.
Yeah.
I saw in the chat room too, some people were saying AFK. That's a big thing too. You know, when somebody goes unannounced. You know,
I think that's more for LFR. You know what I mean? Or for like, you know, like randomized team play. Mm-hmm. Where somebody just goes AFK. I mean, that's ridiculous. That should never happen. Or somebody going AFK during raid. I guess that would be a problem. But most people do ready checks now. So,
well, yeah, that's true.
It's not a total problem.
But I don't have many pet peeves in raiding. I really enjoy raiding. As crazy as it sounds, I'm one of those guys that enjoys wiping, and I mean in raids. But basically. I find that, you know, it's kind of fun, and I think that's like, you know, you learn from something and you make progress. You know, well, we got him to 5% more this time. You know, this time we got him to 10%, and you work together and you eventually get that boss down. So I enjoy the whole raiding thing,
and that is the way that I always try to look at it. I mean, sometimes it gets a little tough, especially if you've been wiping on a boss for a while, and it's just, you know, either simple execution things that are going wrong or some kind of RNG that screws the whole team up, or you know, somebody dies right away and you have to res them, and then you're screwed for later on in the fight, whatever it may be. I always try to look at it as we're getting closer. We were at, you know, a 10% wipe, and now we're at a 5% wipe. That's awesome. That's actually really great. I love to see that type of stuff, and you kind of build up the emotion and the anxiety and everything when it comes down to it, and then I think that makes downing the boss so much better. When you finally do it, is all those failed attempts make you want to kill him even more down that encounter. You know what I mean? So I don't know. All right, let's do one more from Twitter here, and let's do
Evlix.
Sure, you want to read that one?
Sure. From Evlix via Twitter. For a guild that killed Garrosh this week, is it better to farm Siege of Orgrimmar normal for a few weeks and do heroic modes permanently later, or do heroic modes plus one night and try to clear the rest on normal in one day and risk not killing Black Fuse Clancy Garrosh every week?
All right. So a little bit of a rating question.
Mm-hmm.
And Darius, let's start with you. What do you think about this?
I really think you should give heroics a shot. A Mercius isn't that hard of a fight. If you can get that boss down, that's much better gear on there, especially those amp trinkets for your DPS. Those are huge. If your DPS can get those, you'd be fine. And I'd say, do heroic modes one night and try to clear the rest the next night, or maybe do heroic modes for all but an hour the first night and then start clearing and finish the rest out the next night. You'll be getting gear that way. Even if you only clear 10 of the 14 bosses, you'll be getting 10 bosses worth of gear, and you'll start killing them faster and faster, and then eventually you'll kill Black Fuse, and then you'll start killing Clancy and Garrosh every week. If you know you're not going to have your full 10, maybe don't do heroics that week and just clear it on normal, something like that. But I don't think you should not do heroics because the first couple aren't very hard, and I also don't think you should be not clearing. The clearing and getting those few extra pieces of gear, especially when it's weapons and trinkets, mean a lot. Right. So you should be doing that. And 14 bosses and however many hours you raid, it can be done if you go right through. Once you get really familiar with it, you start killing bosses in a few minutes, and trash you go right through and whatnot. So
That's great. I think that's a good question, because I think that's where a lot of guilds are starting to be now. A lot of raid teams, even on normal, they're now killing Garrosh. Of course, there are other teams that have killed him forever ago, but now they're getting there. We're near the end of an expansion. They're finally downing that final boss and wondering, what do we do next? Do we step into heroics right away? Do we continue to gear up in normals? So I think it's a very good question. I think then that's great advice as well. This is something that I think a lot of teams are starting to experience now, so it's good.
Right, and I know that we, the Asparagus Initiative, we've actually, Darius, you've been out for the last few weeks doing various things, like moving across the country and then flying back to, all the way back across the country so that you can go to Disney World for your birthday. By the way, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Darius.
Happy birthday.
I'm now 70 years old.
It's amazing.
70 years old.
You really look great. I got to tell you.
You look
skin
amazing.
Is phenomenal.
You look amazing.
It's a complete kale diet. So
that's all it is. That and bat guano.
Oh boy. Yes. Not good. But we've struggled with this as well, just trying to figure out exactly what type of stuff we want to do. But yes, try those heroic modes out, especially the first few are not that terrible. And you can, if you have 2 nights a week, spend one night on, progression, and then depending on where you're at with the rest of the raid, maybe the next night is just finish it up. So I think that's good advice from Darius. There we go.
I agree with you, Darius.
Yeah.
Since when do I give good advice?
We all agreed with you. Look at that.
Did.
Yay!
It's because it's your birthday. Dad, it's your birthday.
That's a present from Colt and I to you.
It's your birthday.
All right. We should probably get out of here. I want to thank everybody for your questions, for calling in. And I know that we didn't get to a few people that called in, but thank you so much for calling in and making this show great. We always appreciate everything that you guys do. And we're going to play one last bit before we get out of here. And this one is our most recent one. And it's, I think it's pretty awesome. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to say I think it's pretty awesome. And just calm the F down.
Hi, I'm Coltrane.
And I'm Pat Crane.
And we are here today to talk to you about a very recent issue.
It's an issue that affects most of us, especially orcs.
It's a condition called IFO-WISNA-WOD. I freak out when I see news about Warlords of Draenor.
That's right, Colt. And it affects 1 in 5 Azerothians.
That's a pretty scary statistic, Pat. Almost as scary as that time I thought Blizzard was going to make garrisons into a daily hub like that of the Golden Lotus.
That's right. You really freaked out there. Like, really freaked out.
I wet 'ems, Pat, and I have the stain to prove it.
No, I mean I was really concerned for you.
It smells.
My bet. Oh yeah, sorry.
We at the Let's Not Freak Out About News on the Warlords of Draenor Society are looking to help you.
Bring us your tired, your poor, your night elves upset they didn't show their updated character models at BlizzCon.
We can provide the support and care you need to move on from the initial shock from the removal of reforging and get on with your life.
This is Timmy. He was a troll concerned with not being able to learn Flight on Draenor until patch 6.1.
And, well, let's let him tell the story.
I was first upset when I read the forum posts about flight restrictions in Warlords of Draenor. Now, thanks to the LNFOANOTWODS, I no longer want to push my berserking button and poop everywhere.
Thank you, Timmy.
And thank you for not pooping.
If you have a loved one who may be suffering or find yourself with these symptoms, please call us.
Call 1-800-CALM-THE-F-DOWN. Operators are standing by.
Call today. I'm not just a founder, but a member as well.
Right. Just like when you read Blizzard was removing intellect on leather items.
Oh, Coltrane.
You just had to bring this up now, didn't you?
Call 1-800-CALM-THE-F-DOWN for your free brochure. That's 1-800-CALM-THE-F-DOWN.
Burn with fire and poop everywhere!
Wow. You really lost it there at the end. I gotta tell you.
I was a little hot under the collar.
You were hot. You were burning up.
Calm the F down.
I know.
Yes.
I know. I need to take my own damn advice. That's for
right.
sure. That's for sure. All right. We are going to get out of here, but before we do, I'm going to play the music. I'm going to play Darius' music. Darius' favorite music. And we'll do 5-star reviews from iTunes. Darius, what do we got?
Oh boy. We have Rubica, It's Stifler, Trey Call, Virus Leak, and Smoked Almond.
Okay, cool. And we also have some reviews from Stitcher. Stitcher actually just started doing reviews. And so, Colt, why don't you take these ones?
All right, that would be Rubica, It's Stifler, Tricol, Virus Leak, and Smoked Almond.
Oh, that's from, I'm sorry, that's from Stitcher.
iTunes.
Exactly.
That's, yes. Yes.
Those are
You
from
see?
iTunes.
Those are from iTunes?
Yes.
You took out all the ones that I put in? Oh, man, you screwed up my show notes. Way to go, jerk.
That's why I'm like, well, this is listed as
Wait, hold on a
Stitcher.
sec. I was like, oh, this looks weird.
I'll just reread what Darius just said. Double the fun.
That's not right. Just for that, no more music for you. I'm bailing out on that music.
Oh, you're just going to bail out?
That's right.
Bail
That's
out of
right. That's right. But, so thank you for reviewing us on Stitcher, and I'm sorry that your names aren't in here.
Right.
But we'll get to you next year, I guess.
No, we won't.
Sometime next year, we'll finally get to you.
That's right.
And thanks for all the people that give us thumbs ups and comments on both YouTube and on Gamebreaker. Love to hear from you guys as well. Always nice to see your comments. And any shout outs this week, guys?
I have a shout out. Now, before
Okay.
Darius and Pat, you guys have shout outs because I have something that I would like the people to try. But you go first. Do you have any shout outs?
Do you have any shout outs there, Darius?
I got nothing. I got nah. Shout out to Mickey. How's that?
To Mickey
Yeah.
and Minnie?
No, just Mickey.
Just Mickey.
It was kind of mean. Yeah.
Right. And that goofy guy. I think for me, I just want to give a shout out to all of our listeners out there. Thank you so much for listening to us. I don't know why you do it, but it's good. I like it. I like that you guys enjoy the show, and thanks for joining us every single week. We do this show because of you guys, and I mean that is the motivation, right? I mean our listeners are the best. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for calling in today. Thanks for, I don't know, everything that you guys have brought over the last year.
It's been a heck of a year, man. So
it really has. It really has. And like BlizzCon was amazing. Like all the people that came out to listen to the show, it was incredible. And so thank you guys for everything that you guys have done over the last year and since we've been going too. So I mean, thank you. Big shout out to you guys.
Woo!
So what do you got, Colt?
All right, so tis the season for Winter Veil. So I ask you, loyal listener, you, to do something for your fellow man and woman on this Winter's Veil Eve. And that is this.
Right.
Go ahead and sit in trade chat. Go to a major city, be it Orgrimmar or Stormwind, and ask in trade chat, what would you like for Winter's Veil? PST me. Right, so they'll whisper you.
Right.
And when they whisper you and say what they would like, if you can afford it, do it. Actually get that gift for them, mail it to them, maybe gift wrap it. There's the Winter's Veil NPCs, and mail it to those that say what they would like for Winter's Veil. So let's all together maybe just do a little something extra on Winter's Veil that maybe we kind of do a little thing in trade chat. So ask if somebody would like something. They whisper you, say what you would like. And then if you can afford to do it, then do it. I think that might be kind of nice.
That is nice.
Yeah, it's Winter's Veil.
It's very nice, Coltrane.
Let's help each other out.
Airy Peak is going to be full of a whole lot of Santas in the next couple.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can, don't be a Grinch, be a Santa.
Yes.
In trade chat, which is the thing that kind of threw me off at the beginning. I was like, trade chat? You want me to go to trade chat? What the /2?
Well, you know, I mean, where are you going to go? I mean, it's trade chat. I mean, those that are in the game and play the game know the power of trade chat.
Right. The power of trade chat.
The power of trade chat. So let's do that. Let's help our fellow brothers and sisters on this Winter's Veil.
I don't know if you heard that or not, Coltrane. I'll play it again.
You said it's poo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's play this one. Let's play this music right here. Now, thank you guys once again. We cannot do the show without you guys. Cannot thank you enough. Thank you for a great 2013. We look forward to bringing you more awesome show in 2014, and cannot wait to get going on that stuff. Thank you for taking the time to call us, ask questions, all that kind of fun stuff. And please get involved in the conversations we're having. You can email us at converttораid@gmail.com. You can call us and leave comments and questions on our raid line, 612-787-RAID. That's 612-787-7243. You can follow us on Twitter at converttораid or individually, isn't that right, Coltrane?
You can follow Pat Crane at Pat Crane. You can follow Coltrane at _Coltrane. And you can follow Darius at Board Mind.
That's right. And make sure to join us, join the Bazuba Guabo Nation over at converttораid.com. That's where you can view our shows. You can listen to the shows as well. We have downloads, we have forums, we have tons of links for raiders and so much more. And that's all over at converttораid.com. Our show is available on Stitcher, even though we couldn't get to the reviews today. Sorry about that. The BlackBerry Podcast Directory, iTunes, all sorts of other places. And thank you once again for tuning in. We'll see you on our next show next year at our regular time, Sunday, 11 a.m. Central. And for all the guys that Convert to Raid, bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.